So I got a confession for you. This is probably not going to come as much as a surprise to anybody who, again's got a homestead. But I don't complete a lot of things. In fact, I have the enormous problem / habit of getting a project just far enough for it not to fall apart or for it to just become useful, and I don't take it to that next step and actually complete it. It's like when your kids they take out the towels from the dryer, they fold them, and they bring them to the bathroom, and then they put them on the actual countertop instead of putting them into the cabinet. I have that habit out here on the farm, and it's disgusting. I hate it. I'm so guilty, and I'm striving for improvements in this area. But here I am again today, and I'm about to get some hay delivered. We're blessed. We don't have any hay fields. We have actually just started to rent a neighboring farm that'll have 30 acres worth of pasture that we get to start doing next year. So we are excited about that. But up until this point, we've had virtually no hay whatsoever. We bought a property in the middle of the woods that was just beautiful. Only after the fact did we realize that we were actually going to turn this into a homestead and grow crops, have animals, have livestock. That wasn't even a part of our real thought process when we bought the house. And so the property that we bought, which is beautiful, it doesn't do anything for a food standpoint. Again, shelter, yes. Some water, yes. We got a lot going for us, but we don't really have our own self-sustaining hay. So we've got a couple different farms that we just buy a bulk from, and they deliver it to us every month, every couple weeks, whatever we need. So that's about to happen. Here I'm in a tent, right? Or better yet, it's actually a carport, to be completely honest. We get it at Costco. We've got it a couple times now, and it works honestly really, really well, with a caveat. Okay, so it works well in the sense that it's pretty inexpensive. It's give or take $250. B, pretty darn easy to assemble. You could have 2 people, 2 adults, knock this off in an afternoon in terms of assembly. You got extra couple helping hands. It obviously just goes quicker. So it's inexpensive, easy to set up. It's pretty forgiving in terms of being able to put it just about anywhere. In terms of elevation, you can do some things to level it. But the one part that it has not done well for me here is it doesn't hold up super well to wind. We're in a spot again in Wisconsin where there's a lot of weather. It handles the snow really well. I mean, you got to kind of pound off the roof to kind of get it to fall down, but it's but for all intents and purposes, it's done as well. It holds roughly 175 bales of hay. It holds about 175 small square bales at a time, and so it's done as well. But again, every once in a while, in super severe weather, in terms of wind, it blows away like a kite. Does not happen often. Like, I'm not trying to overblow it, but the problem is when it does, it's a disaster. All the legs will crumple with don't even think that it's going to survive. If it goes up like a tent, it's gone. It's toast in terms of the frame. I've had this happen now 2 years, so I've had a total of 4 of these. And last year, same thing happened. They went up like kites, and I try to lock these things down really well, and that's not really the issue. The issue is the ground. They just used these generic. I think I have one here. One of these generic. Use generic hay hay tent anchors, and so that was the extent of what was holding it down. So it just wasn't good. And then here where we're at, it's sandy, and so that only expedited the problems in terms of it. So my daughter Courtney, props to you, sweetheart, because you came up with this idea on your own, is to put T-posts in here, just like I have set up here. So what I've done, again, the top of the frame works perfect. That's solid. And then I marked the T-post where they are. So I had to pre-assemble it. Now I'm gonna have to disassemble it, assemble it up in the air, and then put the tarp and everything over it. It's not as bad as it sounds, or at least it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. And so we'll have, in a matter, well, this afternoon, we're gonna have 2 hay tents, which will be more than enough for the hay that I got coming today. And well, look at this. Well, there it is. So it looks like I'm going to sign off here in just a second because the hay has arrived. And but I got these two more hay tents to go. I'm using one for hay, so the one I'm standing in is for hay. This next one will be for hay, and that last one that is right there, that I'm actually going to use for the tractor. So at any rate, it's a busy weekend, but as you can see, the hay is here, and I don't even have these things assembled. So I've pushed to the nth degree and then some. This now has officially become the shall I call it the fire that needs the most attention. Otherwise I'm going to have hay that's exposed, and it's supposed to snow. It's starting tonight, early tomorrow morning, so it's got to be done. It's not a question of if, it's just how quickly. This is Tyler. This is my buddy who is generous enough to hook us up with hay. And I had to take a moment because we use tie straps a lot here on the homestead, and I always get them to work and I get everything to kind of function, but Tyler's just at another level. This guy, he hauls things. This is what he does. So all right, so here's what we're doing, right? So he's pulled it tight, and the reason this caught my eye is because the way it looks when it's all said and done, it's so buttoned up and nice. He's taken the extras of the strap and just kind of wrapped it around his trailer, but now he's coming through and he's putting that part in the middle, in between the 2 straps, like it's an Oreo cookie, and then he ratchets it down, and then boom, it's obviously secure, and it's nice. There's nothing flapping in the wind or nothing, and it's all buttoned up real nice. And then you just undo it, right?
Yep.
You just simply
release the lock,
release it,
push it up, grab, give her a pull, comes off, and you got a free strap.
All right, thanks, man. So Tyler, again, being the wizard that he is. Okay, so talk to me. Back up, pause, hold on. Okay, see, you know I'm gonna make you do this over.
Oh yeah.
All right, so start from scratch, right? For anybody who's wants to learn how to put away a strap properly.
I usually go about the length, arm to arm. Fold it. Make sure the cut end is on the inside. Pinch it again. Straighten it out. Find the next fold. And then roll. Well, most straps have a red stripe. Make sure that's on the outside on your hook end. And then just go to town rolling. Nice, clean, easy to unroll if you got to restrap. Easy to store.
Perfect, man. All right, you're the best. I appreciate it.